Hi friends, today I wanted to talk about to what extent I should feel responsible for the health and livelihood of the employees at my company. Um, I guess what got me thinking about this in the first place was I met a coworker employee of the company who was recovering from a medical situation, and I felt really guilty. Um, it wasn't my fault. There was no association between me and the individual and their health issue, but I guess just from, I guess because I'm a family member of the owner of the company and feeling associated with that, I felt a sense of guilt and responsibility. Um, and it was really confusing for me because uh, there's so many ways to look at this. From one side, you could argue that I didn't do anything, so it's not my fault, so it's fine. I shouldn't feel guilty, responsible. I just joined the company. This individual was not even within the building these past 6 months, so yeah, there was nothing connected. Uh, at the same time, I feel like I'm I've I'm I own the culture that is promoting a lifetime employment culture. So many of the employees working here have worked here their whole life and will continue working here their whole life. So that adds an extra level of responsibility by the company, ergo me, towards the people working. But then you could argue, well, these employees are just have decided that they wanted to work here, and so it's their decision. So it's not your fault for anything that could happen over the long term. But at the same time, because we're in a country, a culture, or at least a work culture, kind of uh, by promoting lifetime employment, it makes it difficult for people to be able to think that they could work elsewhere. So, not that they know they can't, it's not that they don't know they can. They know they can, but if you've worked in one place your whole life and everyone works there their whole life, you become complacent or you become very that glued, stuck. And so it makes it difficult. So I think there's like a psychological barrier that gets created. And you could argue that the company promotes that. So yes, they could decide not to work there, but at the same time, by promoting a culture that makes it difficult for people to maybe want to quit, the company is responsible more. But at the same time, you could also argue that these people are adults, and so they should be capable of thinking for themselves. But at the same time, I mean, what is an adult? Okay, that's too vague, but I think it's yeah, and 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 for me, this is kind of the company's responsibility. To what extent should a company be responsible for the employees? You know, that balance. Of course, if there's an accident that happens and it's due to the system in place, the people who aren't trained or something, it's absolutely the company's fault. There's no, it's that's pretty black and white in my opinion. It's more of like maybe there's uh, a culture where there's psychological pressure that creates stress over time. That if you've been working for 15 years or 20 years, it has built up into something else that ends up becoming you know uh, needing medical attention, is that the company's fault? Or you could also argue that it could have been their own life, their own stimulus in their outside life that led to that, not specifically the company. There's no way you could pinpoint it, but you could also argue that the company helped promote that situation. I don't know. It's just, but it's that kind of situation that makes me wonder. And, you know, it's hard. And then because of my association with the company, it leads to my feeling of guilt and responsibility. At least that's what I think it was. When I felt the guilt, I was trying to break it down and think about it inside myself, but it's really weird. And as time goes on and I become more, I guess, maybe higher in position within the company, I think that responsibility is going to weigh even more and more and more. And I think that's a good thing. That's a great thing, actually, because it'll make me work and try to implement rules and systems and a work culture that would, you know, push away from or push towards what I think would be an ideal work culture that would help with the health and livelihood of the employees. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, that was a thought that came up, and another added pressure of responsibility, I guess, for what it means to be a potential owner of a company, and things I need to emotionally figure out and balance. And I wanted to share that. So yeah, hope that made sense. But anyways, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys up again another time.